Medscape.com. Another article from the journal Drugs and Aging found that antibiotics given to elderly patients can be a cause of, quote, acute and less commonly chronic confusion, unquote. And it makes you wonder whether this apparent epidemic of Alzheimer's disease that we're suffering from may be related to the digestive tract, maybe even antibiotics. How many patients with dementia are really suffering, at least partially, from medication-induced delirium, antibiotic-induced delirium? And by the way, when it comes to Alzheimer's disease, please understand this. It's not a disease. Alzheimer's disease is not a disease. We only call it a disease so we can medicate it, so we can doctor it, so there can be a foundation, so people can make money from it. The proper name for Alzheimer's disease is pre-senile dementia. Alzheimer's disease is a colloquial term that has now been given official status, but technically it's called pre-senile dementia, and it's simply a manifestation of the aging process, except it's accelerated. Senile dementia is the kind of confusion that occurs with aging. Pre-senile dementia is when it occurs at an accelerated pace, and pretty much everyone subsisting on the standard American diet is going to be dealing with some degree of senile dementia as they get older. After a certain age, which is maybe 80 or 85 years old, there's going to be an age-related deterioration of the brain if we're subsisting on the standard American diet and living in the standard American lifestyle. It's like arthritis of the brain. It's the same deterioration, degeneration that occurs in the joints when we get older and in the various organs as we get older. It's just a manifestation of the aging process. Dementia is something that happens to us as we get older. It doesn't have to, but it does if we're living the way we do, if we're subsisting on the foods that the standard American foods and we're living the standard American lifestyle. Doctors love to name things. I've said this so many times. Your diagnosis doesn't matter. It's just a name that doctors give your degenerative disease, so they can bill you for it, so they can put you in the computer. They got 3 names for dementias. They call one dementia Alzheimer's disease, which is pre-senile dementia, which is a kind of dementia that occurs early. There's another one called frontotemporal dementia, which refers to the area of the brain that degenerates. And then there's another one they call dementia, or a Lewy body dementia. But they're all the same thing. They're just deteriorating brains. Sometimes there's weird proteins, and sometimes there's tangles, and they call them amyloid plaques and tau protein and Lewy bodies, and they've got weird names for them, but it doesn't matter. From a reversal, and make no mistake about it, Alzheimer's dementia and all dementias can be reversed or at least slowed down. And from a reversal and slowing down perspective, it doesn't matter what you call it. These are just silly doctor diagnoses that you get so that you can go into the computer and your insurance company can bill you. It's all based on business and economics, but not on health and not on reversal. This is why there's no way. There's no drugs, there's no strategies, there's no medical protocols for dealing with Alzheimer's disease because it's just a degenerative process. It's not a medical issue. Degenerative disease is not a medical issue. It's just a generic breakdown in the body, and it doesn't matter where it's occurring. All right, I'm pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll take a break and come back with more good health information and you and your phone calls right after this. Don't go away. Okay, we are back on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll get your calls here in just a moment. If you're interested in checking out our longevity products, go to brightsideben.com or criticalhealthnews.com or pharmacistben.com. And if you're interested in checking out our super high-end premium skin health products, truthtreatments.com. No oil, no wax, no filler, no preservative, no fragrance, just active material. And that's all you should ever have to pay for, friends. And listen, if you're looking at skin health products, the silliest way to make a decision on on a product is to put it on your skin and see how it feels. That's not going to give you any indicator of how effective that skin product is. What you want to do is you want to know what's in the product or what's not in the product. What you want in the product is active material and as much of it as possible. What you don't want in the product is stuff that your skin isn't going to use or isn't going to need. And that includes 90% of what's in most skin health products. People say, oh, your skin products, your truth treatment products are expensive. No, they're not. Not when you compare them to the 90% baloney that's in most other skin care health products. Every molecule in our truth treatment products is going to make a difference on your skin. There's not a single wasted element in any of those products. Everything I put in those products is there for you, for your skin. TruthTreatments.com, TruthTreatments.com. Take a special look at our retinol 5% gel. Okay. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent here with Alzheimer's disease. I have a personal, Alzheimer's disease is personal to me. My grandfather had it. My dad has it. I don't want to say Alzheimer's disease. Dementia is personal to me. It's my grandfather had it. My dad has it. My mom is worried about it. And it's so tragically unnecessary. If you're listening to us from Canada, by the way, I will be at the Total Health, what's it called here? Total Health 2016 Health Show. April 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's next month. I'll be speaking with my good friend Ty Bollinger. He'll be there, as well as Dr. David Brownstein, whose work I've been following for a long time. I'm very excited to get to meet him. A lot of folks are going to be there. A guy named James Hurtak will be there as well, with his wife Desiree Hurtak. They're founders of the Academy of Future Science. Dr. Hurtak has written a really, really, really cool book called The Keys of Enoch, the Book of Knowledge, and I read that many years ago. I'm very excited to meet him. Anyway, we'll all be at the Total Health 2016 Health Show in Toronto, Canada. If you're out there in the Toronto area, if you want to come up there, I'll be talking about Alzheimer's disease, as well as the skin, as well as the digestive tract, and we'd love to see you out there. Let's see who else is going to be there. Gary Young is going to be there talking about essential oils. It's going to be a really cool show. And that's at the Metro Toronto Convention Center, April 8th, 9th, and 10th. Okay, tomorrow we'll continue a little bit more about Alzheimer's disease. I don't want to digress too much on it, but as I say, it's very personal to me, and it's not a disease. Don't let anybody tell you it's a disease. The history of Alzheimer's disease is also very interesting. Anyway, we'll continue talking about that tomorrow, and then we'll also talk about, I'm not going to get to do that today, but we'll talk about fiber and phytates as well tomorrow, as we continue talking digestive health, fatty health, health of the fatty system in the body, fat absorption, the skin, the ketogenic diet. Haven't finished up with that yet. So much more to talk about on the bright side. All right, time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Pwanda. I think you say that. Did I say that right? Pwanda in Oklahoma. Pwanda? Did I do that right? Pwanda.
Yes, that's correct.
Hello, Pwanda. What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well.
I have a question, Ben, about chest pain.
Okay.
I have chest pains, and I've been having chest pain for a while.
Is it like gassy pain? Is it a gas pain, or it's in the heart?
I went to the doctor, and they did tests and everything, and they said it was acid reflux.
Pwanda, if you're on a speaker, can you get off? I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Okay, give me just a moment. Can you hear me now?
A little bit better. Ask me your question. Put a question mark at the end of your statement here. How can we help you?
Okay. So my question is, it feels like arthritis in my chest.
Arthritis in your chest?
That's what it feels like, yes.
Are you sure it's not acid, like heartburn, acid reflux? Does it happen with foods?
No. Like now, I haven't even eaten anything, and it's sore. It's hard for me to get out of bed.
Okay, well, I need a little bit more information than that. Is it a muscle thing? Do you think it's in the chest muscle?
Maybe so.
Okay, well, here's a couple things. You're going to have to figure out where exactly it is if you want to treat this appropriately. I'm not convinced it's not food related, but if you say you haven't eaten in a while and you still have it, then it probably is not going to be related to food. For everybody out there listening, though, heartburn and acid reflux issues should, number one, be considered a food issue, and also a bacterial probiotic issue. So probiotics and food elimination is your strategy. If it's in the muscle, are you working out at all? Are you doing any kind of workouts?
Well, I have been lifting some heavy things.
Okay, if it could be something to do with the muscle. If that's the case, if it is a muscular issue, essential fatty acids are your primary supplement for dealing with muscle inflammation and chest, any kind of inflammatory issues. When we talk about inflammation, you always want to think of essential fatty acids, especially if you're deficient. If you're deficient in terms of your EFAs, chances are pretty good you've got the wrong balance of omega-6s to omega-3s, because we get so many omega-6s in our foods, and omega-6s are pro-inflammatory. Get yourself on the ultimate EFAs. Take 3 of them 3 times a day. That's 9 of them a day. Magnesium also has a wonderful muscle relaxing effect. if you want to use the longevity products, use the OsteoFX, but at least get 2,000 milligrams of magnesium every day. Glucosamine can help over the long haul. It won't help you right away. It may take a week or so for that to kick in. You could use the glucogel caps, or you can get glucosamine pretty much anywhere. Anything with cartilage will also help muscles. I love bone soup. You probably heard me talking about that. That's chicken soup where you soak the bones and you let the cartilage dissolve in the bones. You can also use something called hyaluronic acid, and they'll spell that for you. HYALURONIC, hyaluronic acid, as a supplement, 100 milligrams a day. You can also get something called liquid silica gel. That also is very helpful for all connective tissue issues. And by the way, these strategies are also going to make your skin nice and beautiful and keep you from wrinkling. All of these anti-inflammatory strategies are beneficial for the skin. Last but not least, with all your foods, you want to start to use your digestive enzymes. Nothing matters if you're not absorbing, and the ultimate enzymes will help you absorb. They also have anti-inflammatory effects if you take them on an empty stomach. And then also, vitamin C is very important with all of these connective tissue building ideas, the collagen or the cartilage and the hyaluronic acid and the EFAs. Always use your vitamin C with these supplements, and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is a wonderful way to get your vitamin C. I'm assuming that you have a muscle issue and not a food issue based on your description. All right, I hope I helped you, Pwand. I got to motivate. Thank you so much for your call. God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you. Good luck. Okay, let's go to British Columbia, BC. What's going on, Clayton? Good morning. Welcome to the bright side.
Hey, Ben. I just had a ultrasound on my kidney yesterday, and they discovered a growth. They said it's probably a fatty, benign tumor, and I'm just wondering, A, what would cause that, and B, can I get rid of it?
Yes, you can. Well, you can. I'll tell you what you need to do to get rid of it. Theoretically, you can get rid of it. It's called. Did they say it was a lipoma? Did they mention that term to you?
No.
Okay,
no.
Lipoma is the technical name for a fatty growth. The kidney does a lot of work. And when a part of the body is doing a lot of work, the cells are going to be dividing very rapidly. When the cells divide rapidly, that's where you're going to be most likely to have a growth problem. So a couple things you're going to want to do. Number one, you got to focus on the digestive tract. The kidney is eliminating toxins, among other things. And so the more toxicity that you've got going on through the digestive system, the more likely you're going to be to have a tumor, especially fatty foods. Hang on, I got to take a break. Don't go away. We'll finish up when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back. Okay, we are back on the bright side talking to Clayton in BC. You there, Clayton?
Yes, I am.
All right, buddy. So kidney lipoma is not all that uncommon and usually asymptomatic. The big problem is, of course, when it gets really big, it's going to affect kidney function. You had no other symptoms, I'm assuming, correct?
I did have, some blood in my urine. That's what,
okay. Yeah, well, that's not a good thing. That means that the adjacent vessels are starting to be affected. So here's the deal. You don't want to focus so much on the kidney as you do on general toxicity of the body. When you have issues with the fat cells, typically that means that you're having a problem processing fats, and that usually involves a long-standing digestive health issue. So you probably had something percolating along in your digestive system in terms of how you process foods for a while. Focus on fat malabsorption. That means use your probiotics, good bacteria, like they're going out of style. I'd be doing 50, 60 billion units a day. I like the Biolumin Nightly Essence, as well as fermented foods. If you can restrict your intake of foods, generally caloric restriction, intermittent fasting, that will also help you. It'll also help you feel better in general. Do you have any, by the way, do you have any other symptoms like fatigue or confusion or high blood pressure or anything like that?
No.
Nothing. You're completely asymptomatic, healthy guy. You sound good, but you know. Okay. All right. Good. So focus on digestive health. Make sure you're using your ultimate enzymes with all your meals. And I would go to the health food store and get some extra lipase and pancreatin, both of which can help you process fats. And then take fatty vitamins with your ultimate enzymes and with your pancreatin and also with your good bacteria, your probiotics. And you may want to use some apple cider vinegar. 20,000 international units of vitamin A a day, 400 international units of vitamin E a day. Make sure you're getting some sunshine. If you can't get sun for whatever reason, you can use a sun lamp or at least get some extra vitamin D3. 5,000 international units a day. Wonderful for the immune system in general. Also important for fat metabolism. And then make sure you're getting your minerals. If you have any issues with fats, you may not be absorbing your minerals, especially zinc. 50 milligrams a day, zinc picolinate, and selenium, which is wonderfully anti-cancer as a bonus. Also just a general all-important mineral, 400 to 600 micrograms a day. And then if you want to throw one more thing in, get some extra bile